So through the process, there'll be times of formal motions, and there'll be times of consensus. And we would notice consensus when the board's participating, involved, and the chair facilitates a conclusion.
Right. So, yeah, in the absence of us having a vote on something and saying on this item it's 2-1 or whatever, we're going to do this. Yeah. So are we ready to jump to 3?
Mm-hmm.
Section 3. Anything near the beginning of 3. Anybody got anything on 3?
Well, on 3.2, the staff suggested taking out major on page 3.2, the last line under goals. The staff took out major for incorporate access into new shoreline development. Since if we do have the word major in there, then there can be discussion about what constitutes a major development or a moderate. So I think just taking that out, and we're looking at goals anyway. So I agree with whoever came up with that idea.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Again, that's why I thought we should start with the staff's draft, because we kind of have both right in front of us. That's a good example of that.
I'm sorry?
That's why I started with the staff's draft instead of planning commission,
yes,
because we have the planning commission incorporated here. We have both right in front of us, and that shows it very well. So is there nothing else in 3?
Oh, 3.5, I agree also with on page 5 and version you have.
Oh, the addition.
Yeah, I agree with the additional, which would make which would add to line 4 a number 3, encourage appropriate low impact development practices and cluster development whenever feasible. Again, these are goals. And then there's another goal that was changed.
Number 10.
Which would be 18, was number 9, now would be number 10. To encourage all use and development to address potential adverse effects of global climate change and sea level rise.
Appropriate goal. Difficult to look into the future, but appropriate goal. That's what planning's about.
The future is with us.
Anything else in section 3? This rate will be done by
aquaculture includes fin fish, net pens, right? In the general definition.
Fin fish, yes.
Yeah. So, since it is recommended in the later on in this document that fin fish aquaculture be prohibited, perhaps on line 15 on 3.5, reserve aquatic land, including tidal lands for water-dependent use such as aquaculture. Perhaps you'd say, except pinfish, because this basically states that you're promoting aquaculture, and later on in the document you say that you're prohibiting pinfish aquaculture. Just so it's clear and agrees throughout the document.
Well, Phil, if we could maybe suggest that, or look at that a little later, because I think when we get into the discussion on aquaculture, I think it gets too complicated if we try to, in each one of the areas, define, what type of aquaculture is included, because we'll have bottom, we'll have we'll have mollusca, we'll have finfish. So
I guess my comment does assume that other people are going to agree with me on fish. Maybe I'll just make a note to come back to this.
In terms of a goal, I think I would want to be broader rather than specific like that. And maybe it's even implied that that these are goals as elucidated through all the rest of the document.
So
there will be exceptions, there will be conditions, there will be changes all the way through the document to in each one of these areas. I don't know if we need to actually say that, you know, that would be like, and it does say uses such as aquaculture. Maybe you don't even need the example there. You say preserve aquatic lands, including tide lands for water-dependent uses. Just
I can sure go on around.
when you get to aquaculture, now or later, we would like to go into the construct, the comp plan. It says aquaculture is resource land along with mining, forest, and ag, and the fourth resource land is aquaculture. Then it talks about definitions and it goes right into the issue of, I think it's animal products, which includes finfish. So I would recommend you wait to open up aquaculture because it's going to take us a long time to be skimming.
It's a complicated issue, one of the
Yeah,
more
and then
complicated ones we have.
those questions really good. His observation's excellent. That's, if we're talking priority, what are we looking for in that area? And it's going to be, could change a little bit as we come to this.
Here it's just an example, such as aquaculture. I could either leave it or I could take it out, I would think.
I would take it
Sure.
out.
Take
Sure.
it out.
And your comment, David, is in line with sort of the overall construct of the document. Again, goals being the most broad, and so, yeah, maybe that's a level of specificity that isn't necessary here. And only giving one example because there are
So
more
take out
than one kind
such
of
as
watershed.
aquaculture.
Okay, so
I would go for
sounds like we have consensus to say,
Okay.
take out such as aquaculture. Number 8.
Just put a period after uses.
Anything else in section 3?
So in your list of, from your 914 deliberations, you had mentioned considering adding a goal to encourage, prefer sustainable use development over non-sustainable use. And non-sustainable. Did I understand that?
Yeah, so there's a number of page references there just to give a little context of where the term sustainable appears in the document.